on the Front Street Hospital for the uninsured charges and collections. We're Group I.
I'm Daniel Ranke.
I'm Jace Crowley.
I'm Alec Jubilee.
And I'm Charlie Morrison.
For a summary, this is a healthcare organization that takes charges and collections from the uninsured. And by reading this, we found out that the patients who are least able to pay are actually charged more than people who are able to pay in the form of charge-master prices. And the collection tactics that they make on these patients actually can be unethical sometimes. And we're trying to figure out if the practices are ethically moral or not.
So the first issue, the uninsured are charged the most. They're charged more for services based on their payment method of not being insured. One example of this is a case with Jane Adams, age 22, and uninsured, who spent 2 days in a non-for-profit hospital, and her hospital bill was $19,000. The hospital bill would have been about $2,500 for someone who was insured. Medicaid would have charged $5,000, and Medicare would have charged $7,800. So there's a substantial difference from the uninsured to someone who's insured. And Dickey Scruggs considers this immoral, as it is not fair to uninsured patients. The collection tactics are said to be traumatic to patients. Body attachment tactics to collect from patients. Although hospitals collect less than 5% of billings from indigent patients, many hospitals are very aggressive with their collection tactics. Not-for-profit hospitals are said to intimidate and harass uninsured patients through goon-like and predatory collection tactics that frequently scar the patient for life, including trauma of personal bankruptcy.
Some consequences of these tactics are that they may be traumatic to the patients, they may be costly in order to receive money from patients, and they may provide bad marketing for a hospital on itself and other nonprofits. Our thoughts of these policies of nonprofit hospitals are that the collection tactics may be over the top for these types of services, and they are more strict based on their financial status.
And so the ethical issue here is why to charge someone significantly more based on their payment method, whether they have insurance or not. And so the question comes into play if it's discouraging these uninsured patients from actually seeking health care at all, and whether they can afford it or they should afford it. And these not-for-profit hospitals avoiding these obligations to provide charitable services based on their status of being a not-for-profit hospital, and whether they should try harder or less to help these uninsured patients. And so the ultimate authority decision that we came collectively is that maybe some charge master pricing could be altered to an extent for these uninsured patients, so it's not so heavily differential, like with uninsured and insured patients. And these collection tactics may be not as intimidating or as aggressive, and may not be as traumatic for these patients. And as I said before, it's immoral for these collection tactics to be so severe, to cause this much trauma and possible bankruptcy. And a possible method to avoid these collection tactics is to provide other incentives to pay back these debts besides like collection tactics and these high interest spikes by not paying.
Thank you.